Glasses. Right, Mama. Ephesians. No. Today's the 19th, 11:25 to 35. 14, 11:25 to 35. The cost of being a disciple. Great crowds were following Jesus. He turned around and said to them, "If you want to be my follower, you must love me more than your own father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, more than your own life. Otherwise, you cannot be my disciple. You cannot be my disciple if you do not carry your own cross and follow me. But don't begin until you count the cost. For who will begin construction of a building without first getting estimates and then checking to see if there is enough money to pay bills? Otherwise, you might complete only the foundation before running out of funds, and then how everyone would laugh at you. They would say, 'There's a person who started that building and ran out of money before it was finished.' Or, what king would ever dream of going to war without first sitting down with his counselors and discussing whether his army of 10,000 is strong enough to defeat the 20,000 soldiers who are marching against him? If he is not able, then while the enemy is still far away, he would send a delegation to discuss the terms of peace. So no one can become my disciple without giving up everything for me. Salt is good for seasoning, but if it loses its flavor, how do you make it salty again? Flavorless salt is good neither for the soil nor for the fertilizer. It is thrown away. Anyone who is willing to hear should listen and understand." That is Luke 14, verses 25 to 35. Now, Genesis 26. Isaac delivers Amalek. Now, a severe famine has struck the land, so as had happened before in Abraham's time. So Isaac moved to Gerar, where Amalek, king of the Philistines, lived. The Lord appeared to him there and said, "Do not go to Egypt. Do as I say, and stay here in this land. If you do, I will be with you and bless you. I will give you all this land to you and your descendants, just as I solemnly promised your father Abraham your father. I will cause your descendants to become numerous as the stars, and I will give them all of these lands. And through your descendants, all the nations of the earth will be blessed. I will do this because Abraham listened to me and obeyed all my requirements, commandments, and regulations and laws." So Isaac stayed in Gerar. And when the men were asked him about Rebekah, he said, "She is my sister." He was afraid to admit that she was his wife. He thought they would kill him to get to her because she was very beautiful. But sometime later, Amalek, king of Philistines, looked out the window and saw Isaac fondling Rebekah. Amalek called for Isaac and exclaimed, "She is obviously your wife. Why did you say she was your sister?" "Because I was afraid someone would kill me to get her from me," Isaac replied. "How could you treat us this way?" Amalek exclaimed. "Someone might have taken your wife and slept with her, and you would have made us guilty of a great sin." Then Amalek made a public proclamation: "Anyone who harms this man or his wife will die." Conflict over water rights. That year, Isaac's crop was tremendous. He harvested 100 times more grain than he planted, for the Lord blessed him. He became a rich man, and his wealth only continued to grow. He acquired large flocks of sheep, goats, great herds of cattle, and many servants. Soon the Philistines became jealous of him, and they filled up all of Isaac's wells with earth. These were the wells that had been dug by the servants of his father Abraham. And Amalek asked Isaac to leave the country. "Go somewhere else," he said, "for you have become too rich and powerful for us." So Isaac moved to Gerar Valley and lived there instead. He reopened the wells his father had dug, which the Philistines had filled in after Abraham's death. Isaac renamed them using Abraham. Hold on, I gotta get my dog. Hold on, I'll be back. Let's Max, you have a good walk? Did you have a good walk, little dog? Good. Okay, I gotta get back to my reading, Max. All right. He reopened the wells his father had dug, which the Philistines had filled in after Abraham's death. Isaac renamed them using the names Abraham had given them. His shepherds also dug in the Gerar Valley and found a gushing spring. But then the local shepherds came and claimed the spring. This is our water, they said. And they argued over it with Isaac's herdsmen. So Isaac named the well Argument. Because they had argued about it with him, Isaac's men then dug another well. But again, there was a fight over it. So Isaac named it Opposition. Abandoning that one, he dug another one. And the local people finally let him alone. So Isaac called it Room Enough. For he said, at last the Lord has made room for us, and we will be able to thrive. From there, Isaac moved to Beersheba, where the Lord appeared to him on the night of his arrival. I am the God of your father Abraham, he said. Do not be afraid, for I am with you and will bless you. I will give you many descendants, and they will become a great nation. I will do this because of my promise to Abraham, my servant. Then Isaac built an altar there and worshipped the Lord. He set up camp at that place, and his servants dug a well. The treaty with Amalek. One day Isaac had visitors from Gerar. King Amalek arrived with his advisor, Asutha, and also Philco, his army commander. Why have you come? Isaac asked him. This is obviously no friendly visit, since you sent me from your land in the most unfriendly way. They replied, we can plainly see that the Lord is with you, so we decided that we should have a treaty, a covenant between us. Swear that you will not harm us, just as we did not harm you. We have always treated you well and sent you away from us in peace, and now look how the Lord has blessed you. So Isaac prepared a great feast for them, and they ate and drank in preparation for the treaty ceremony. Early the next morning, they each took a solemn oath of non-aggression. Then Isaac sent them home in peace. That very day, Isaac's servants came and told him about a well they dug. We found water, they said, so Isaac named the well Oath. From that time to this, the town that grew up there has been called Beersheba, Well of Oath. At the age of 40, Esau married a young woman named Judith, the daughter of Beerith the Hittite. He also married Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. But Esau's wives made life miserable for Isaac and Rebekah. Genesis 26. And now I'm going to read Psalms 19 to finish it up for the day. Psalms 19. The heavens tell of the glory of God. The skies display his marvelous craftsmanship. Day after day they continue to speak. Night after night they make him known. They speak without a sound or word. Their voice is silent in the skies. Yet their message has gone out to all the earth, and their words to all the world. The sun lives in the heavens where God placed it. It bursts forth like a radiant bridegroom after his wedding. It rejoices like a great athlete eager to run a race. The sun rises at one end of the heavens and follows its course to the other end. Nothing can hide from its heat. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The decrees of the Lord are trustworthy, making wise and simple. The commandments of the Lord are right, bringing joy to the heart. The commands of the Lord are clear, giving insight to life. Reverence for the Lord is pure, lasting forever. The laws of the Lord are true. Each one is fair. They are more desirable than gold, even the finest gold. They are sweeter than honey, even honey dripping from a comb. They are a warning to those who hear them. There is great reward for those who obey them. How can I know all the sins lurking in my heart? Cleanse me from these hidden faults. Keep me from the deliberate sins. Don't let them control me. Then I will be free of guilt and innocent of great sin. May the words of my mouth and the thoughts of my heart be pleasing to you, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Psalms 19. Amen. And so we read Luke chapter 14, verses 25 to 35, Genesis 26, and Psalms 19. Amen. Stay blessed.